Hello everybody and welcome back to another rebuild, and this week we will be going over to Germany and taking over Wolfsburg for a 5-year rebuild. They are predicted to finish 5th in the league and got a fair bit of transfer budget as well, and £1.2 million a week in wages. That's amazing. They are enduring now an 8-year barren spell, so we're going to be changing that hopefully. The last won the Bundesliga in 2009, the Pokal Cup in 2015, the German Super Cup in 2015 as well, and the other trophies also, which I cannot pronounce. I'm not going to attempt it. But yeah, the Bundesliga 2009, we're going to try and win that, being their only major trophy apart from the Pokal Cup and the Super Cup as well. So yeah, we're going to have to change a few things here, but currently in the real life they are lying mid-table where they have been for the past couple of seasons, and I think it was around about 2021-22 they finished in 4th position or something like that. So we want to try and better that if at all possible. The favoured formation, a 4-2-3-1, I love it. If that was the kit, I absolutely love it. I love the bright kit. That's fantastic, that is. And a lot of loan obligations, the majority of them going out. The board do not want to sign players over the age of 30. They want to sign players based in Germany, so they don't have to be German as long as they're playing in Germany. So, okay, we can work with that. Sell players on for profit, work within the budget. And this season they want to qualify for the Conference League and latter stages of the Pokal Cup as well. Seasons going forward, qualify for the Europa League. As we are playing with an updated database with all new promotions and relegations, transfers, etc., there will be no transfers for the first season as we aim to try and rebuild from the following season. So if you watched my last video last week, we did do one where we just simulated a year forward. If you'd like to see more of that happening, then please let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, we will be carrying on as we were in the first season. But it might be a case where we do rebuilds with about 5 or 10 years into the future and take it from there. But for now, we'll take it from our first season, or as an FM24 season last season, but with an updated database which can be found on the fmscout.com website. The finances, 31 million euros in the bank. That is really good, and a nice bit of transfer money there as well. But unfortunately, like I said, the first window we will not be using at all. I really would like to spend that. Very tempting. Any debts? Earlier transfer debt. Other than that, nothing else. We could do with a little work on the staff. They are well under average, but they have got half the quota there. And more importantly, our squad. So let's have a look at age first. So they don't want anybody to sign in over the age of 30. We have got 5 players 30 and above, with quite a few of them could be our first team players. We'll have to have a look. At the other end of the spectrum, our youngest player is 20 years old. Defender, Kostas Kouliarakis. If that's his potential, he looks pretty decent at 20 years old. Something we definitely could work with if we're working with the youngsters upwards. It's worth 8 million euros though. Kevin Paredes, American, 21 years old. Again, pretty decent, not bad potential. 21-year-olds ranks. Again, looks pretty good though. Whether or not we'll be using midfielders remains to be seen. But again, very solid player. Quite a few good youngsters here. Thiago Tomas, 22-year-old striker. 11 finishing though, but he's pretty quick. Physicals look really decent for a striker. It's going to be hard to knock him off the ball. Kaminski, left winger, right winger. Pretty solid and very quick as well. Only 22 years old. That's insane. So let's have a look by ability then. 25-year-old goalkeeper Kami Grabara. Polish goalkeeper. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. 8 million euros. He's obviously our best goalkeeper at the club in front of Muller. 26-year-old Baku. Right back, sorry. Wing back. Can play on the wing as well. Very quick. That's going to be very handy for us as a complete wing back as well. 26-year-old Ozkan. Okay. He looks very solid. If we could afford to bring him in next season, that would be something I would like to do. 26 years old. We've got Maximilian Arnold. He's 30 years old though. Decent DM. Could be worth it just for a season or two. Jonas Wind. Oh, that's a striker and a half. He could play cam as well. 15. Finishing. Not very quick though. Maybe we have 2 up front possibly to give him a hand. Joachim Mal. Again, either side. Again, another decent player, 27 years old. Again, quick. To do like quick wing backs. And another look at another decent one. We've got 26-year-old Lovro Major. Again, cam or midfield. Again, looks very good. Stamina-wise and agility, very, very nice. Dribbling, got good passing, 60. Yeah, he could be our cam player. So again, a very, very decent side, actually, to be fair. Let's have a look at our youth team, our under-19s. We've got Bence Darday, 18 years old. I tell you what, for a 18-year-old, his stats look really good. 6'1", can play midfield as well. That's pretty decent, actually. Good passing, he can take a penalty. He's got a good first touch as well. Physicals aren't too bad. For 18 years old, that's phenomenal. He's probably our best one, I think. Manuel Braun, he's out on loan. Left back, again, decent again. Really, really good at 19 as well. Youth candidates, nothing in there. So what we're going to do, we're going to have to figure out a formation, get some of these best players in there. I'm going to go for high potential, I think. I mean, we have got a lot of high potential players, which is very, very good and very decent as well. We'll try and get the youngsters in there and take it from there. So after playing through the transfer window, this is the side that we have, well, the formation that we've settled on and the 3 players that we are going to be locking in for this season. Mainly because they're quite young and quite a lot of potential. Thomas is a forward, 22 years old, Portuguese. I think he'll do pretty well for us. He's got bags of potential. He's still learning, but he's very quick up front. So hopefully his finishing will improve all the same. In the centre, we've got Vranks. He's 21 years old. Again, bags of potential. I really want to utilise him and see what he can do. He's a ball-winning midfielder, actually, so I might change him to that rather than a DLP. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, stats-wise, looks pretty amazing as well. And at the back, we have got Kostas Koulirakis. Again, bags of potential, 20 years old. Something, if he can build over the next couple of seasons, then he will be our number 1 starting at centre-back, hopefully, fingers crossed. But again, we have to wait and see. But other than that, he's improving all the time. If we pick our best 11, we end up with this. Wind goes up front. We lose our other players as well, so that's hence why we are locking them in. Other than that, it still looks a pretty amazing side even if we did that, so either way I'd be quite happy with what we have. And needless to say, we've done pretty well. We haven't been scoring bags of goals, but it's evening itself out. So we started the campaign against Ulm in the Pokal Cup first round. It was only a 1-0 win. Ozcan getting the winner in that one in the 38th minute. Then we beat Werder Bremen a 4-3 with Thomas Piper own goal and Major scoring in that one, and then a 1-1 draw at home to Stuttgart, which I'm, to be honest, a little bit disappointed, but I'm happy with the draw anyway because we were behind in that game as well. The second round of the Pokal Cup, we've got Magdeburg as well, and competition wise we are lying 5th in the table so far. That's pretty good. If we can remain there and remain in the European spot, I'll be very happy with that as well. The higher we get, the more money we get. So let's keep doing that, if you please. So let's jump into our first season and see where we come. Well, 6th place finish for Wolfsburg. That's not bad going at all. 54 points, a couple of points behind Dortmund and Freiburg, actually. 9 draws, 15 wins, but we only scored 48 goals, which is kind of disappointing considering we conceded 39 as well. But it is Leipzig that win it from Bayern Munich, with Leverkusen of nearly 20 points behind. Just shows you the gap between the top 2. And for added measure, we are in the Europa League next season. And if we have a look at our positioning, we were second at one point. Second, fourth. We were in the top 4 for a while, and then we dropped off to 6th or 7th it was. But the second round, we got knocked out by Magdeburg in the Pokal Cup. That's disappointing. I expected to do a lot better than that, losing on penalties in the end. But let's look at our squad, especially the players we locked in first. We got Kostas, not too bad, just 1 assist as a defender. Franks, how did he do? 1 and 4 from the offensive midfield duties. Again, not bad either. He's only 22. And Thomas, 15 goals scored in 34. Hopefully he can build on that, but maybe not the right player just yet. But give him time, I guess. Major, though, 27 years old, 10 and 7. That's not bad going either. So if you're looking goals, 15 for Thomas. Major with 10. And apart from that, Not many else scoring there. Our goalkeeper, however, Kamil Grabara, the Polish young one, 36 conceded in 31 with 13 clean sheets. That's not bad going either, with Muller playing the other games. 4 goals conceded with 4 clean sheets. Good. And a couple of other players not really gaining much game time, but hopefully we can add a few more bodies to the team and improve this squad slightly. So finances. Okay, 59 million euros. That could help us a lot, considering we've only got 16 in the bank. That's quite ambitious. Hopefully we'll have some other money to come in as well. Maybe that's just not hit yet. But we have got 100% of the transfer revenue as well, so that's an added bonus as well. Right, starting with the outs, we collated about an extra 39 million euros. A few players went out. Maximilian Arnold, he's gone to Saudi Arabia. 21 million euros. We couldn't say no. He had a year left on his contract. I think it may have been time to go. He was 31, I believe. So yeah, quite a good price though. 21 million. Rogero, he's gone to Dortmund. Dortmund picked up another one, Dade, as well. So Rogero goes for up to 11.5 million and Dade goes for up to 10.5 as well. Gerhard as well has gone to Valencia for 3.5, 2.5 million. Paredes has gone to Nashville, and a couple of others going as well, including our 34-year-old forward Barnes. He's gone to Bochum for 125. A few players went out on a free, and then a few out on loan as well, which did enable us to bring some more players in, although we couldn't quite spend all of it. From Bayern Munich, we bring in Ibrahimovic, Arjan. With a name like that, I couldn't pass on the opportunity. 9.5 million euros. This young lad, 19 years old, bags of potential. I'm going to see him right through to the end of this rebuild, I think. And already, look at these ratings. They're literally standing on ceremony already. 4 goals in 4 games with 3 assists. Can't ask for more than that. I'm hoping he might actually play up front, which would be even better. But we'll keep him out on the wing for the time being. Free transfer. No rebuild goes without a free transfer. Alexis Sailmaker's right winger looks superb. It is costing us 51,000 a week, however. But again, another young player, well, say young, 26 years old. He is going to rival Wimmer on that right hand side, but I do believe Sailmakers is slightly better. From Wolfsburg for 6 million, we bring in a centre back. Patrick Pfeiffer looks superb. 6'5", can head the ball. He can. He's got pace. He can jump. Fantastic. He's pretty physical as well. So yeah, that's why we brought in another centre back. But I wanted to get a star centre back, to be fair. But there wasn't anybody really out there, and he was really top of the billing at the moment. And then finally from Frankfurt, where majority of our budget went, 41 million euros. We bring in Hugo Atike, 13 finishing, physicals look really good. And we still got Jonas Wind. We tried to offload him actually, to be honest. He just rejected everything going. So he's still got a year left on his contract, and the reason we wanted to let him go was because we still got Thiago Thomas, and I want him to develop. And if Wind is there, Wind's only 26 years old. As long as he's still there, Thomas is not going to develop. So maybe we just have these two battle it out up front with Atike being our main striker, but we'll see what happens. 1 goal in 3 so far, still yet to put his stamp on things. So tactically, we have got Atike up top, Sailmakers and Ibrahimovic. Frank's still there in the centre, and Pfeiffer at the back. We're locking them players in for this season. I want them to play as much game time as we can, because if we do pick our best 11, Sailmakers comes out for Wimmer, Svanberg comes in for Franks, although I'm very tempted to let them fight it out between themselves in the centre of the park. Oskan comes in at the DM, and then a good back 4, and then we lose our other defender. He's gone for Saziga instead, Pfeiffer. So yeah, that's the reason we're locking them guys in. And it couldn't have gone any better. The Pokal Cup, for the first time we actually smashed somebody 7-0 frickin' in the first round. Then we beat Werder 5-2. Another great result. Bochum 1-0 and Wolfsburg 1-0 as well. I'm hoping that them results are going to improve. The Europa League, we've got Fiorentina. We've also got Oppoel, Newcastle, Salzburg, Fulham, Victoria Pleasant, Ferencváros and AZ. I'm expecting to come out of this group alive and kicking. We're lying 3rd in the table so far, 3 for 3, and not that far behind on goal difference as well. Hoffenheim top the table at the moment. Bayern are in 4th position. level on points with us. So there's 5 teams on 9 points. We're predicted around about 18th in the Europa League, so that's pretty good. And we've got Leverkusen in the next round of the Pokal Cup. So let's go into season 2 and let's see if we can do the same again in the league and get a little bit further in Europe. It's a disappointing end to the season. We do finish in 7th position, so a lot less than last season. Could be changed to the formation they need to get used to, or we revert back to 2 DMs once again instead of having 1 midfield. We'll see what we have got, see how well they're developed, and if we get any more money, maybe we can improve it that way as well. But 7th place, we're in Europe once again. 53 points, just missing out on 6th spot from WOLFSBURG. But 15 losses though, that is bad. And we only scored 43 goals this season, and that's nearly half of Bayern Munich's. However, we only just go and win the Pokal Cup though, don't we? 2-1 against Stuttgart, despite going a goal behind as well. It's very bad defending. We had 5 defenders back there. Nobody picked the Stuttgart player right at their back post. But we do come back into it in the 57th minute with Wimmer racing forward, and we have Mail who just slams it in the back of the net. That's a beautiful goal. Goalkeeper, you got to ask questions, but we do get the winner from our ever loyal Wind, who come on for our then TK striker, and hopefully maybe we might sell him this season, I don't know. But other than that, the side played very well. 15 shots to Stuttgart's 5. We did have a better XG, only just. Pass completion ratio, about the same. And we only had 41% of possession. That's pretty bad. But Wind coming up trumps towards the end. Do we sell him or do we keep him? That's the question now. Quite a handy backup to have, to be fair. Semi-finals, we beat Leipzig after extra time as well, 3-2. The quarter-finals, we needed extra time yet again, this time to beat Dortmund. The third round, we did go through, where are we? Oh, 1-0 against Heidenheim. Okay, that's fine. And penalties. Each game was pretty hard, and I don't think we had an easy tie at all, apart from the first round where we win 7-0. So other than that, we scraped all the way through, battling hard, but a well-deserved trophy to win. The Europa League, however, we did get knocked out by Celtic in the playoff round, so we got past the group stage once again, and we get slammed 4-3 thanks to a 4-2 second leg loss after taking a 1-0 lead. That's disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But if we have a look at the league phase, we finished in 18th, so more or less where we were predicted to finish. 3 wins against Ferencváros, Salzburg and Apoel. We drew with Plzen, Newcastle and Fiorentina. We did lose to AZ and Fulham, but they were close. 12 points, 4 points off finishing in a 8th spot, but Braga and Newcastle all unbeaten. And who's this down there? Fiorentina lost more 1 game. So who went on and win it? It was Celtic went on to beat Newcastle after extra time. Well done to them. All the way through to the final, and Celtic win a European trophy. That's incredible. Wow. Despite finishing in 7th position, disappointing. But again, like I say, it could be down to the formation. But we do come away with a trophy. Our second Pokal Cup trophy, the last one being in 2015. So 10 years later, we lift it again. Itike, he gets 22 goals and 1 assist in his first season, which isn't too bad. 18 and 15 for Ibrahimovic. That is superb. It doesn't look like he's improved a little bit. So what about his progress? If we have a look at all time, they are going up. We might give him another season on that left-hand side, see what happens. But 18, 15, 33 goal contributions. That's pretty good. Major, 7 and 12, still assisting quite a bit as well. Wimmer gets in on the right-hand side, although we did have Sailmakers. So pretty much the same between the two of them. FIFA, 3 goals. That's not bad at all. Wind, he did score 4 goals in 3 starts. So it's not too bad, I guess. Our goalkeeper, 56 conceded and 47. Again, it's not too bad, 14 clean sheets. So we are keeping the goals down. It could be a lot worse, but I do feel there's more to come from the lads. And in order for us to improve, we have been given 66 million euros, which is pretty nice, and just over 100,000 euros a week on wages as well. So let's go ahead and spend this money. Starting once again with the transfers out, we do see a lot more players going out as well and a few out on loan. So if it starts with the outs, really, Wend has gone to PSV for up to 17.25 million. We also lose Thomas as well. He wasn't going to get the game time. He wasn't developing as quick either. So we lose him for 2. We also lose Borset going to Hoffenheim for 675 and a couple of other young ones as well. From Leverkusen for 12.5 million, we bring in Lorenzo Parola, centre back. He did have some decent potential actually. I don't know where that's gone, but again, he was probably one of our better centre backs. He could play it with Pfeiffer and Bernau as well, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, stats wise, not too bad. There wasn't really much out there, and to get big star players into the team, we need a lot more money unless we're going to use all our budget on one player. On a free, we bring in Filip Ugrinic, Swiss player, cam or midfield or DM, can play either of them, and he can play out on the wing as well, which is fantastic. So he's going to probably more than likely take over Major in the cam position. From Mainz for 15 million, we bring in a DM, Tom Kraus. He looks superb actually to play alongside Ascan as well. Swanberg and Vranks, who isn't developing, but he's still got potential, so we'll see how that unfolds. But yeah, we are going to have to trim the squad down a little bit so these players do get the game time. From Freiburg for 20 million, we bring in Noah Atubolo, goalkeeper. I felt like we needed a change between the sticks. Grabara, he's done well, but he has been conceding goals, but is a nice backup to have, the Polish goalkeeper. And Muller as well is doing pretty well, so he's not far behind Grabara as well. So we'll see what happens next season. We may trim it down to 2 goalkeepers instead of the 3 that we have got. But Tabolo looks pretty nifty considering he's got a bit of potential and he's only 24 years old. From Dortmund for 10 million euros, we're bringing another centre back, Danilo Doki. Again, he looks really, really good. 6'3", can jump as well. A bit like Pfeiffer in that respect, but some potential I feel can come his way. But he's 28 years old, probably a couple of more years left, but he is rated as one of our better centre-backs at the moment. And finally, we bring in left-back Guindo, 12.5 million euros from Leipzig. I realised we hadn't really got anybody on that left-hand side apart from Mail, so if he goes, we've got no backup really to take over because the others are centre-backs. But 23 years old, some potential, so he can fight it out with Mail in that position. So as long as we've got 2 in each position, I'd be more than happy with. So we are going to be locking a couple of players in. Ibrahimovic, I'm giving him another season. I think he's got that potential. He's got 3 goals for us already. He's doing really well, and I just really want him to flourish. Kraus is going to be in the centre, Doki and Parola in the centre, and Atubolo. I just want to keep them in there. I want them to be playing. But if we pick our best 11, it's all change. So I don't want that to happen. And we've not had a bad start to the season. We did play in the Super Cup. We did lose to Bayern Munich 2-1, despite scoring an equaliser after 18 minutes and then losing it in the 71st. We were having a look at Zaragoza in the for a wing position, but we have got Ibrahimovic and Wimmer and Sailmakers as well. So I didn't think we needed another player like that. I think our forward line is pretty good. We did win in the league against Frankfurt and Dortmund, which was a huge result, but losing to Leipzig in between. And we did have an even bigger win in the Pokal first round to last season, a 9-0 win over Haida. The Europa League, which we're back in, we've got Marseille, Zurich, Bodo Glimt, Napoli, Lech, Hajduk, Sevilla and Club Bruges. We're currently lying in 6th position. 2 wins, 3 off Bayern and Freiburg. Leipzig are close behind, but we're level with Bayern Munich, Hoffenheim and Union Berlin. We are predicted 18th in the Europa League, so hopefully we'll go a little bit further than just the knockouts. And we've drawn WOLFSBURG in the next round of the Pokal Cup, and there's confirmation of runners up in the Super Cup. So let's delve into season number 3 and see if we can break into that top 4, fingers crossed, and a little bit further in Europe, and see if we can defend our title of the Pokal Cup as well. Season 3 is over, and wow, what a result. We're in the Champions League, boys and girls. We finished third in the table. Some way off the two leaders, Bayern Munich and Leipzig, but we are well ahead of everybody else as well. Leverkusen closest to us, 6 points behind. But that is one hell of an improvement as well. I don't know whether it's down to the goalkeeper also. We only conceded 39 goals. We scored 73 goals as well. And we only lost 8, winning 24. That is absolutely fantastic, and what a difference going back to 2DMs again is. Should have stuck with it last season, I feel. And look at that, Ekitike, I think is, or Hugo. I'm going to stop calling him Hugo, I think. I just cannot pronounce that final name, so I do apologise. He wins the Golden Boot. 27 league goals this season, phenomenal. And Ibrahimovic, 15 assists as well, marvellous. Competition wise, however, we don't win any additional trophies. In fact, the quarterfinals we get knocked out by Dortmund, 1-0 after extra time as well. Wow, that hurts. And there's no Munich in there either, actually. Wow, who did we play in the third round? We beat Union Berlin 4-0. We beat WOLFSBURG 2-1. And then there was that first round battering one, then 9-0. So who went on to win it? Leipzig beat Leverkusen 4-1 in the end. But where did? There they are. In the second round, they lost to Arminia 2-1 away from home. Wow, that's a sackable offence. And the Europa League, we lost in the round of 16 by the odd goal to Sevilla after winning the second leg 1-0. Just not enough. The league phase, however, we did finish second. Wow, what a season. 32 goals, 6 against. The 6 wins, 5-0 over Club Brugge. Hajduk will be 8-0. Lex, 6-0. 4-0 against Bodo Glimt. Wow. 2-2 with Sevilla. And Marseille we lost. Good grief, Newcastle still top the billing. So who eventually won it? Newcastle win it this time, not losing to Celtic in the previous time, or was it last time? Wow, they beat Manchester United. What chance did we have, really? Squad wise, how did we fare? So let's have a look at the players that we locked in first. Our goalkeeper looks okay. 51 goals conceded in 49, 17 clean sheets. Parola, 5 goals, 5 for Docky as well. Our 2 centre backs, and they played every game by looks of things as well. Kraus 8 and 3, that's okay. And Ibrahimovic, he doesn't seem to go up at all, does he? I'm wondering whether it's because of his age, maybe, but he should be getting a bit better. 18 and 25. I don't think really we can not let him have that position. I don't think. 18 for Wimmer as well, assist wise that is, and 10 for Mel. What about Sailmakers? Did he not play? 6 and 7. So Wimmer's taking charge on that right hand side then. But we do have 2 very good right wingers, so I'm not complaining too much. And they're relatively young as well. But goals wise, 39 for Hugo and 5, 18 and 25 for Ibrahimovic, 18 and 9 for Major, 9 and 18 for Wimmer as well. I mean, it's a lot better showing this time around. Going into next season, we've only been given 37 million, but we're in the Champions League. Bored? Oh dear. We've had a fairly busy transfers as regards players going out again this season. A couple of more players to raise a little bit of funds. Merle, he's gone to Fenerbahce for up to £26.5 million. Our left back, he's now turned 30. We thought we'd cash on him now and bring in a younger and probably better player. Ceciga, he's gone to Sportive for up to 2.1. Jens has gone to Augsburg for 1.6. We lose a couple of young defenders as well for some money, and some youngsters as well. A lot going out on a free, and then a couple of going out on loan. So that did bring in an extra 27.5 million, which enabled us to get the following players. Both of these players have been brought from Frankfurt. We raided them. They were the best ones our recruitment team could find. Arthur Tiet, or Tiet, he's come in as a centre-back, 37 million euros from Frankfurt. I don't know what sort of business else they have done, but that's an awful lot of money to hand over. But he looks really solid. 27 years old. At least give us another 3-4 seasons, I think. And also from Frankfurt for just over 20 million. Nathaniel Brown, left back. Because we lost Mill, we needed to get somebody else in. And again, I think we've got another upgrade. 24 years old. Looks superb. And he's very, very physical. And to be perfectly honest, there's not many stats below 10. So tactically, we've just locked in 2 players, the 2 newbies that we brought in. If we pick our best 11, they sit there anyway. But I just want to make sure they do get the game time. Other than that, the rest of the team literally picks itself. Although I'm not sure why Kaminski is up there, so I might have to lock Ibrahimovic in there again. But yeah, that's where I want him to play. Although, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, he's had 2 very good seasons, so I don't understand why he's not being picked straight off the bat. And we've had quite a very good friendlies and start of the season as well. We win our first round Pokal Cup game 3-0. Then we played Augsburg, thrashed them 4-1, beat Werder 2-1, and then we drew with Heidenheim, which is a little bit disappointing, considering we had to get an 85th minute equaliser, so we kind of struggled in that one. The Champions League, which we are finally in, we've got Olympiacos, PSV, Arsenal, Roma, Nice, Copenhagen. We've also got Liverpool and Leverkusen. I'd say 50-50 of qualifying out of that group. We're currently lying in 5th position, which is good, 2 points off the leaders Bayern and Dortmund. And the Champions League, we are predicted to finish outside the qualifying in 28th position, but I think we can get ourselves in there or thereabouts. And we've drawn Hanover in the next round of the Pokal Cup. Let's move into our penultimate season, season 4, and see how we get on. I have to say it's another good season. We've finished 4th, Champions League spot yet again. Whether or not that will be the qualifiers, I don't know. But 18 wins. We only lost 7 games this time round, which is really, really good. 64 goals scored, which isn't the best. I think we got less points than we did last season. But I think Dortmund beat us to, well, the top 3 kind of ran away with it with Bayern Munich just a league of their own virtually. 7 points ahead of Leipzig to win the title. Hugo gets 2nd highest goal scorer in the league. He did win it last season. He got 2nd spot this season, so that's not too bad. So he's still putting the ball in the back of the net, which is really, really good. Nobody else really coming close. And yeah, we're some way off winning it that we did in 2008, 2009. That's a long time ago. Bayern Munich obviously dominating. Competitions, we'll start with the Pokal Cup semi-finals. Lost to Leipzig 3-1. Bochum getting the better of Dortmund as well, who went and won it. Leipzig, of course, they did. Would have been an easy final to get to that point as well. That's really disappointing that we lost out at that point. The quarterfinals, we beat Werder 2-1. Where did Bayern Munich fall then? We beat WOLFSBURG 4-1. Munich lost to Kiel 3-0. Wow. Champions League, we got knocked out in the playoff round. Galatasaray 3-2 after taking a 2-1 lead to the second leg and then just falling short yet again. League phase, we did qualify just in 21st, which isn't too bad. 3 wins against Leverkusen, Copenhagen and Olympiacos. We drew with PSV, but did lose to Liverpool, Nice, Roma and Arsenal. Again, not by that much either. Man City and Barcelona both unbeaten, and so are Real Madrid, or were Real Madrid, but they were down in 7th. So who went all the way? Chelsea. Wow, beating Barcelona. Well, that is a shocker. Squad, which looks a little bit better now. It's a little bit trimmed as well. 28 goals this season for Hugo. Not an awful lot, but Wimmer, 21 and 11. Major, 11 and 8 with Ibrahimovic. 9 and 14. It might be time to see if anybody else can play in that position, really, because he hasn't really developed that much. He has had very good seasons. I mean, we can't knock it at all. They're really good seasons. But he's had a bit of a stinker this one. Assist-wise, Ibrahimovic tops it with Brown. That's not bad. 11 assists from the left back position. 11 for Wimmer. 10 for Özcan as well, who we were trying to offload last season. We might do it this season, cash in on him now. Other than that, it's not too bad. Our goalkeeper, yeah, he's not done too great. 69 conceded this season, but we were in the Champions League, so that's where the majority of them would have come from. So next season, 41, nearly 42 million euros. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more as well if we manage to get any sales and improve our side a little bit more going into the final season. Pretty big things happened in the window. We lost one of our big players to a release clause I didn't realise he had. and it was Bayern Munich that picked him up. Patrick Wimmer, I was contemplating whether to offload him anyway. However, the decision was taken out of my hands. Bayern Munich came up and stumped up 82 million euros for him. We lost Ozcan as well to Saudi Arabia for 36 million, and Bernau as well. He went there also for 7 million. We also lost Kaminski and a couple of other players as well. So we're totaling 127 million euros was sent out the door packing. But that did increase our budget, and I think you'll be quite happy with some of the signings that we did bring in. They're all hefty prices, I have to say. From Cologne for 38.5 million, we're bringing Eric Martel. DM looks pretty good, 26 years old, looks solid as a rock, and he's a tenacious defensive midfielder as well. From Leverkusen for 37 million, we bring in Roger Fernandez, left or right winger. Even though we got Ibrahimovic, he's just not progressing as much as I would like, despite his figures saying otherwise. However, I really want to make a go of it this season, and 22-year-old Fernandez, and taking off one of our rivals as well, I think we should be okay. 2 goals and 5 assists already so far this season. Hoffenheim for a measly 8 million. We're bringing Arthur, just a backup right back. From our rival Leipzig, 37 million. We're bringing Firmin. He can also play on the left, but we've got him ready for the cam position. So Fernandez and Firmin in the middle. Looks really, really healthy, with another signing coming on the right-hand side as well. And that signing comes from Cologne as well, 40 million euros. Tielemans, right winger, pretty pacey and acceleration looks great. Mental's fantastic. He's got a pretty good work rate as well at 18 and determination, so what more can you ask? Still yet to deliver this so far this season. So after spending in excess of 160 million, our side looks like this. We've got Fernandez, Firmin, Tielemans, and we've got Hugo up top. Kraus and Martel in the centre. Arthur takes over at right back. Durkel, Teat and Brown and Atubulo. I think this side looks pretty strong now. And it hasn't gone all our way. The friendlies were okay. We did play in the Champions League in qualifications. We beat Young Boys 5-1 and 1-1. Then we played Ghent and beat them 3-1 at home, after a 3-3 draw away from home, so that puts us back into the Champions League. The Pokal Cup, we win 7-0 in the first round. We did lose our first game in the league against Hoffenheim, 2-0, disappointing. Then we beat Mainz 1-0 and drew with Stuttgart, so it's kind of up and down at the moment in the league. The Champions League, we have drawn Monaco, Olympiacos, Shakhtar, Man City, Atletico Madrid, Zvezda, Chelsea and Arsenal. Yeah, I'd be happy to qualify from this, I really would. I would like to see us go a little bit further if we can. We are currently lying in 11th position. That's because of the win, draw and the loss. Some way off the leaders, Bayern and Mönchengladbach. And the Champions League, well, the sea is down near the bottom this time. I thought we had a stronger side. And we've drawn Dortmund in the next round of the Pokal Cup. So let's go into our final season. Let's see if we can drum up any surprises and see if we can bring home another trophy to go with our one so far in this rebuild, the Pokal Cup. There's no fairy tale ending to this rebuild. Wolfsburg finishing 5th position, so we drop another space, but we're still in Europe. That's the main thing. So Europe has been on the cards from season 2 onwards, I think, or season 3. But it's not too bad. We can't complain too much. Level on points with Dortmund. Dortmund just have a better goal difference than us. We only scored 55 goals though, which I am very surprised at. But look at that, 27 conceded. I think, if I'm not much mistaken, that is the best defensive record in the league, and somehow we still finish in 5th position, and we only lost 6 as well. That just doesn't make sense. But if you look at ourselves and Dortmund, last 5 games we've won all of them. 100% record, better than anybody else in the league as well. So we went toe to toe with Dortmund. They're just pipping us to a Champions League spot in the end. And Atubolo, most clean sheets, the Golden Glove. That's not surprising either, considering we only conceded 27. Brilliant. The Champions League, however, we did get knocked out by Liverpool 3-2 in the end. Despite a 1-1 draw in the first leg, we bow out 2-1 away from home. But the league phase, we only just qualified. Just 2 wins, Zvezda and Olympiacos. We did draw with Chelsea, Madrid and Shakhtar, which isn't bad. But we did get hammered by Arsenal, beat by City, and Monaco beat us. Although they did finish in 14th position. PSG topped the group, unbeaten. The only team unbeaten, in fact. So who went to win it? Arsenal from PSG. But don't be disheartened. We do come away with the trophy still. It is the Pokal Cup, and it is Hugo that puts us in the lead and nets in a 10-minute hat-trick, which is absolutely fantastic. To score a hat-trick in a final of any kind is absolutely brilliant. Just goes to show how important of a striker he has been for us. And look at that steal going forward. And Hugo to finish it off, number 3. I think Fernandez did get a goal as well to make it 4. Good play out there from the back. Well, from the free kick, actually. And it's a very good finish by Roger. But a penalty by Vuskovic. As you can see, everybody played their part. With Hugo getting 3 goals and a 9.5. Absolutely. I love that kit. I really do like that green kit. It has to be said. Possession-wise, it wasn't on our terms. And the XG was pretty even. Same with the shots. We just had 1 shot more than they did. But somehow we came 4-1 winners. The Pokal Cup once again. Squad-wise, let's have a quick look. So, 35 goals for Hugo, brilliant. 16 and 17 for Major. 13 and 1 for Thielman. Fernandez, 8 and 13, which is excellent. A lot of people scoring as well. Assist-wise, Martel got 11 assists from the DM role as well. So, that's pretty good. So, everybody doing their part. And our goalkeeper, and Taburlo, 43 conceded in 47, 20 clean sheets. Even Grabara, he only conceded 10 in 7 with 2 clean sheets. So both goalkeepers doing really well for us. Staff-wise, looks a little bit better. Could be improved, I guess. But I think we've done remarkably well considering the budget hasn't really been massively unless we were selling big players. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that as well. And as always, let's have a quick look at see if there's any records that we did break. So the most points in this season, 70, which we did break that one. That's good stuff. Highest gate receipts, 782,000 against Leverkusen in the Pokal Cup second round. Okay, not in the final, which is bizarre. And lowest attendance was Hoffenheim. Biggest wins 9-0 against Haida. Highest scoring match was the 9-0 as well. And Hugo gets the most goals in a season, 39. And Wimmer, who we did actually miss, to be fair, 7.34 highest rating. We'll have a look now, see how well he did for Bayern Munich though. 82 million. He only played 26 games though. He should have stayed with us really, to be honest. Fastest goal, 31 seconds by Kraus against Haida in that 9-0 victory. Most goals by player in the match, Hugo, 4 against Young Boys. Most assists by player in the season, Ibrahimovic, 25. He kind of slacked off after that, to be honest. Most clean sheets by a goalkeeper, brilliant. Wimmer, most man of match awards as well. Sequencers, most matches without losing, 16. Wimmer wasn't the highest transfer fee received. Kevin De Bruyne to Man City back in 2015. 88.5 million euros. Wow. But that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you did enjoy that. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you again on the next rebuild. Thank you.